Okay guys, as I promised, I'm bringing you part 2 of my Sega Genesis collection. Actually, I'm going to make a third part because I'm going to be adding a lot of video clips now, because I think that makes these videos a little bit better. So we're going to cover about 30-ish games, which is a good amount. Let's start this off with a classic. Shinobi. A really good platformer, very easy to find on the Sega Genesis. I think a lot of people actually have this in their collection. This spawned a trilogy, which we'll be getting into. A really solid game. It's a little bit slow, but it's kind of built around that. The controls are tight, the music's good, and the graphics are quite nice looking. Highly recommended. It definitely should be in your collection. Shadow Dancer, the sequel, pre-sequel. I believe this was actually the first of the Shinobi series in the arcades, but I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really looked too deep into it. It's actually significantly different from the other two Shinobis. Gameplay is kind of similar. You have your shurikens, you jump through the backgrounds or up and down. It's a fun game. You actually have to collect hostages, save them, which is different from the other ones. Very good game. Highly recommended. I recommend all the Shinobis. But the best Shinobi is Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master. Damn, this was the one I actually had when I grew up. This was my first one I played. Really good game. This is the pinnacle of Shinobi, I believe. You can now dash run, you have your shurikens, you can do like this little jumping kick, which is awesome. The levels are like really cool too. You go to like, you start off in a forest, then you go to like this factory, then like a mutant factory. It's crazy. Graphics are fabulous, music's great. A+ all across the board. Highly recommended. I don't think that I need to talk too much about Sonic here. Fucking Sonic's my buddy. Seriously. The original Sonic, solid game. Probably the weakest out of all the Sonics. Well, 3D Blast wasn't very good. But solid fucking game, really. Everyone has this. I don't need to say much. Likewise with Sonic 2, another must-have. Seriously. Great game. Improved everything. You now have a spin dash. The levels are a bit more intricate. Really solid fucking game. You got Tails now, 2-player co-op. Fuck yeah. And then we get to one of my favorites, Sonic 3. Seriously. When I play Sonic 3, I actually put it with Sonic and Knuckles. Truthfully, this is the only way to fucking play, putting the two games together, because it increases everything. The first, Sonic 3 itself, is a little bit on the easier side, and then you get into the Sonic and Knuckles game, much harder levels. Really good game. Fucking solid. Most people say Sonic 2 is the best, or Sonic CD. Sonic 3 with Sonic and Knuckles. You can't beat it in my book. Seriously. Next up we got Sonic Spinball. If you like pinball games, you might like this. Truthfully, not really a virtual pinball player. Actually, in real life, I don't even like pinball that much, but I do find it slightly entertaining. It doesn't feel like a Sonic game, really. I mean, there's a little bit of platforming, and you get to control Sonic when he's jumping around a bit, but, not for me, but not a bad game. Splatterhouse 2. Alright. It's a good game. But it's got some problems. Your main character is kind of clunky. He's very big to start with. Your attacks are a bit limited. You get to punch, kick, and you get to, like, knock stuff around with a 2x4. Overall, it's a fun game. The controls are clunky. It's got some nice violence, which is actually why people know it nowadays. Overall, not bad. I recommend a look. It's a little bit on the pricier side, but I think you can pick up a cartridge for like 20 bucks. Complete a little bit more. Splatterhouse 3 is much different than Splatterhouse 1 or 2. It's actually a beat-em-up. It's hard to recommend, actually. The Sega Genesis has a lot of good beat-em-ups on it. Splatterhouse 3, it's not an awful game, but it needs to be polished more. The actual gameplay itself wasn't too good. Not enough balance. But overall, it wasn't a bad game. Just, it wasn't that great. I'd recommend Splatterhouse 2, but this one isn't bad. Super Street Fighter 2. Super Street Fighter. You know what Street Fighter is? Hadouken? Shoryuken? Yeah, that's that game. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't think I need to explain it. Streets of Rage 2. Holy shit. This is a good beat 'em up. Much better than Splatterhouse 3. But honestly, it does get a little bit repetitive. The initial gameplay is really fun, but the levels, they all look different, but you fight a lot of the same enemies just with different colors. But it still somehow remains fun. I mean, when you get to the last, like, 2 stages, it's like, alright, just kind of end. But the music fucking is amazing. The music's one of the things that will keep you playing. The controls are really tight. The boss battles are a little annoying, especially when you have to fight that flying guy in, like, stage 2. I hate him so much. Especially because you have to, like, refight everyone again. Pain in the ass. But really fun game. Good co-op, too. Highly recommended. It's easy to come by still. So we're moving on to Strider now. Now, I'll be honest, my first impression of this game was it was kind of clunky. It definitely looks like a very early Sega Genesis game. But I played it a little bit more, got a couple levels further, and it started to grow on me a bit. It was still a little bit of a clunky game. The game mechanics are a little clunky. But it does grow on you after a few levels. I do find a lot of the enemies at certain points are just... It's kind of a gamble if you're even going to win. Like, they might just attack you first, or you might attack them. It's kind of a gamble. Like, on stage 3, there's this part where these 3 girls just, like, ambush you. And sometimes I'll win, sometimes I won't. But you have, like... You get a lot of continues. I think you had, about 5 with, like, 3 lives each. It was very lenient in that department. Fun game. Terian? I can never pronounce it. This is another one that really needs to grow on you. The way your ship controls is very awkward at first. You actually have to propel yourself forward and propel yourself from not hitting things. If you collide with anything, you take like massive shield damage. It takes a long time to grow on you. A really long time, but in the end, it's not bad. If you're interested in playing it, it's very cheap. So that's something that's going forward, it being cheap, but there's kind of a reason behind that. It needs to grow on you, but not bad. Oh god, super highlight. Now originally, I was going to just go on a rant at how awful this game was, but I actually played it for like a solid 2 hours the other day because it intrigued me at how awful it was. Originally I played it and my character just died out of nowhere. I found out that you need to eat every like 7 hours in the game, and you also need to go to sleep, or else your character just immediately like died. His energy drains so quick. Wow, this is awful. But at the same time, I'm compelled to play it. It's interesting. It's one of those weird examples of bad, good games. One thing that's really in this favor, a lot of early RPGs are really, really slow moving. You could actually speed up this game to like fast or very fast. That's a big plus and adds a lot of playability in my book. But overall, it's hard to recommend if you're looking for like a really good gameplay like Zelda or something, but another problem before I move on is it's so hard to figure out what the fuck you're supposed to do. But I don't know, man. I'm probably going to play it again because I'm a glutton for punishment. Sort of Vermillion. I could not figure out what the fuck to do. Really. Played it for like 10 minutes. I talked to every NPC in the area once it entered every house. I couldn't leave the area. I could not figure out what to do. T2, the arcade game. Wow. I haven't played this game in years, I'll be honest with you, but I do remember it being bloody amazing. Hard as nails, but fun stuff. I didn't play it with the light gun, or the Menacer, as it's called on the Sega Genesis, but I did have fun playing it. I've cheated and had the turbo switches on. The rapid fire made the game so much easier. Even with that, it's like impossible to beat, though. It follows the movie pretty well, actually. I mean, you start off in the future, doing a lot of fun stuff, and then you move into the past, where you help Sarah Connor and all that. Really fun game. I actually recommend you look into it a little bit if you're interested in like a light gun game, or even just a game for a controller. It's really fun. Impossible to beat, though, without cheating, but still fun. Tasmania, this is a bit of a subpar platformer. I haven't played it in years, and I don't really plan to play it anytime soon. It just wasn't very good. Some games are like that, though. Thunder Force 2. This is a game I'm split on. Just like the game itself, it's split into 2 categories. You have your standard shoot-'em-up fare, left to right action. Really good, that part. Then you have this kind of like overhead base attack kind of. It's just that part I hate. I'll be honest, it ruins it. If this game was just a straight normal shoot 'em up, like you see half of the game, I'd actually really like this more. As it is, though, I don't recommend it. With all the other Thunder Force games out there, stick to the other ones. Ooh, a cult classic, Toe Jam and Earl. Fun game. It's weird. It's got random elements. You have to go around and collect your ship because you've been stranded on some random planet. It's kind of like a puzzler. It's more of a puzzler than it's an action adventure puzzler. There we go. Fun game. It's got funky music. Literally, it's funk. It's entertaining. A little slow paced. It could have aged a little better, but it is fun. It's definitely worth a look. The sequel, Toe Jam and Earl in Funktown, I believe it was called, something like that, right? Oh, Panic on Funkotron. Not as good. They switched it from an overhead kind of thing to a platformer. It didn't transition very well, and I don't recommend it too much. It's not awful, but it's not great. Truxton. I'll be honest, I didn't like this game too much. It wasn't a bad game, but your ship, it's a shoot 'em up. Your ship's really big, so it's very easy to collide with bullets, and it commits one of the sins in these kind of games in which your ship is just so slow when you first start. You need to get speed upgrades to become anywhere near the point where you could dodge bullets. The problem is, when you die, you lose every power-up. And most importantly, you lose your speed. So when you start over, you're moving so slow, and I hate that in shoot 'em ups. But again, that's a personal thing. This is overall not a bad game at all. It's worth a look. Again, that's just my opinion. Speaking of opinions, Vector Man. I don't actually like either one of these. One or two. They look good, they control good, they sound good, but they just don't click with me. The enemies take a lot of firepower to actually kill, and you have to mash that button like crazy. Not bad, but neither one of them really clicks with me. I've played them for a bit. I don't think they're awful. I don't think they're great. I think they're worth a look, as I mentioned with Truxton. It's personal opinion. So, I'd say take a look at these, because again, I'm probably just picky. We're getting close to the end. Wings of War. War? War. I actually really enjoyed this game. It's quite fun. Unlike Truxton, your ship, you're actually this weird flying guy. It controls quite well. You got a decent speed. You can speed it up to be a little bit quicker, which I prefer, but you're not too damn slow, and your hitbox is much thinner. I found this game actually really good. Not many people have heard about it. If you like shmups, it's definitely worth a look. You've got an interesting power-up system in which you can collect certain tomes and certain orders, like there's E, I think there's S and a few others. And depending on which order you have and how many you have, you could activate different special attacks. Like you would have invincibility for a bit, or you'd have this fire attack that would go in different ways. And you could power up your magic, as I mentioned the tomes, and you can also power up your shots. Really fun game. I actually highly recommend you find this game. Not too hard to come by either, which is great. World of Illusion. Unlike my Castle of Illusion cartridge, this one does work. Really fun game, I'll be honest. Mickey Mouse, it is a little kiddie. It's a very easy game. It's not hard, but it's got a lot of personality. The levels are all different. They're very colorful. The enemies are colorful. It's just a colorful game. It sounds good and it plays good. You also have two-player mode, which, if you play two-player mode, some of the stages are a little bit different, which is quite nice. It adds a little bit of variety. And you can choose between either Mickey or Donald. Go with Donald. He's the fucking best. Really fun game. Highly recommend. Ruined Childhood. X-Men on Sega Genesis. Now, I could go on how this game doesn't really control well, it doesn't sound very good, how it doesn't look very good. But I think I just need to mention one thing that really ruined this game for me as a kid. When you hit stage 5 or something like that, you enter some computer, and when you get to the end of the level, you're supposed to reset the system it keeps telling you. Now, as a kid, I didn't understand what the hell that meant. I found out later on that you're actually supposed to press the reset button on the Sega Genesis. What fucking kid would think of that? This game is crap. It's awful. Stay away. X-Men 2, while I don't think it's a perfect game or a great game, definitely improved upon the first X-Men. Again, not great or anything, but it is really fun to play. It does suffer from some serious problems, like, in Stage 2, you're supposed to, like, escape this, I think you were in, like, a Sentinel or something, and everything was on fire, and they just kept throwing so much, like, stuff at you at random that you couldn't see, and you were on a timer. But this is actually a pretty fun game. It's worth a look. If you're going to pick an X-Men game, definitely go with this one. Stay far, far away. See this? Way away from that game. Almost done. These last few I actually haven't gotten around to playing, so I can't really comment too much on them. Steel Empire, it looked like a really good shoot 'em up. Haven't played it. Here's some game footage. Yep. That looks fun. I probably should be playing that. Yep. And then we have Lightning Force. As I mentioned when I did this in one other video, fuck do I remember what it was called. This game actually looked really good. It's supposed to be like one of the better shoot 'em ups on the Sega Genesis. Really should play it. And there's the gameplay footage. Yep. Also looks amazing. Damn. I should be playing that. And Wonder Boy. I don't really know too much about that. And last and certainly not least is my copy of Pier Solar. This is actually the first releasing of it. Actually, I said actually quite a lot. I was one of the first backers for it. I believe my number was like 200 or something. What is it saying here? Find out in a second. I'm 289 out of 800. So that's pretty cool. I've actually not gone around to playing this game yet, despite having it for 4 years. That's just the kind of guy I am. It does look like a really fun game graphically. It looks bloody amazing. Another really nice thing is this comes with a CD that you can put into your Sega CD, which will then give the cartridge CD quality music, which is great. I've never seen that done on the Sega. Absolutely amazing. Good work, Watermelon. So, that's part 2 of the Genesis collection. Part 3 will just be the cartridges only, and that'll be like 20 cards. So not too much. Hopefully I'll have that up in a week or so, and as always, thanks for watching. Signing out.